Hello, great hearts, big hearts, and progressive achievers. Welcome to another session on high value closing. And today I'll basically tell about one particular metric which will be of very great relevance to you, whether you are a high value closer provider or a high value closer buyer. We want, as a high value closer, often business. As a client also, we want to often solve problems. The word often is there in everybody's dictionary, and the term which we are going to use to solve today's problem is also often. And how it is being described is n as a variable is equal to o into f divided by t into e. I'll repeat again. It is out of that often n is equal to o into f divided by t into e. This variable would be a fundamental basis of making all your high value decisions, whichever side you are on. Let me give you an example to understand that. A high value closer basically has a scenario where he always promises a dream outcome, which is O, and whether it can be fulfilled or not, which is F. And then how much time would it take to close the deal, which is T, and as well as how much of emotional drain, or let me put it this way, how much of earnings it would take, which is E. So this N is a simple variable is equal to OF divided by TE. Now to drive home this particular point, I'll give an example. Now supposing you have two houses which you are going to buy. One is a normal house and one is an extraordinary house. If it's a normal house, give the value of O equal to 1. If it's an extraordinary or a very beautiful house, you can either give it 2 or 3. Now what is the likelihood of you buying this house? For the normal house, probably it is a simple thing. It is F, you can anyway buy it. And then second is extraordinary, means there is a 70% chance that you will buy. So make it 0.7. So the numerator is 1 into 1 for ordinary house and 2 into zero point 0.7 for the extraordinary house. This is the high part of it. Now let's come to the value part of it. Now what does it take? What else does it take for you to close the deal? Amount of time you invest in that particular deal is of paramount importance. Now, if it's an ordinary house, you are not going to use a high value closer to do it. You'll probably do the research and then spend 1 month, sometimes 2 months, sometimes 3 months, because a lot of prospectors are there for that particular deal. And then you will have a hard time. You'll spend a lot of time, not every day, say 1 hour, etc., etc. So it will take a lot of hours. Let's say we put 30 hours in 30 months. You can put the value 30 is equal to T for the normal house. And then earnings per day. Now the point is, since you want to buy the house, it will be still at the back of your mind and affecting your everyday earning. So if you are earning, say for example, $100 a day, for example, put 100 into that, 100 into the denominator. So the value of N in the first case is 1 into 1 divided by 30 into 100 is equal to 1 divided by 3000, which is a very, very low value. Now let's come to the dream house. You already have 1.4 in the numerator divided by the time and the earnings per day. Supposing you are having earnings of the same $100 per day and you are very clear you don't want to invest any time on that. It will affect your work and everything. You don't want to carry the thought of buying a home and invest so much amount of time. That is for an extraordinary thing. You give that time, say 1 hour, you find out a high value prospect and then give it to him that I want you to settle the deal, close the deal for me. You spend probably 1 hour in this. Now what is the value of N? N is equal to 1.4 divided by 1 into, there is, give the value as default 1 divided by, say $100. So you get the value 1.4 divided by 100, which is 0.014, which is far more higher than the value you had in the first place, which is 0.00003, if I'm not mistaken. You found the N value in both, and you know what really matters to you. You will settle. If you are going to sell, you're going to take the second value, get the right closer for that, and then give the deal. End of story. What do you get in return? You get a very extraordinary house, maybe at a premium, maybe 1.5 times. What it doesn't dilute your earnings potential at all. It saves a ton of time, and the likelihood is very high because you have given it to a specialist who does that particular work. Hope you got the insights of using N for every high value closing deal you will do now or in the future. It's a great decision making tool which I just discovered. Thank you, and if you have any comments to share on this or even a better way, please let me know. Thank you.